Today we will be taking a look at the Vision Armory 80% lower and jig kit. This is actually a really good kit for the first timer. Being that it's a 6061 cast aluminum kit, it makes machining very easy. Finish and machining tolerances on the Vision Armory lower is what you would expect from any receiver.
The only thing I'm not a big fan of on cast lowers is the fact it doesn't have the integrated trigger guard on it. But aside from that, this is one of the best ways to start if this is your first time doing this type of project. The only thing I could possibly suggest to Vision Armory is adding fire indicators on here that are engraved. Not a big deal, but something some people do look for. The jig set itself, very straightforward. Everything's labeled, which makes it great, so there's no going back and referencing things multiple times trying to figure out what exactly you should be using or doing. One thing worth noting is there's a B side. This goes on the fire side of the receiver when you're machining. It'll pretty much only go on one way, but you don't want to mar up your receiver when you're trying to figure out exactly how it aligns. What I'm going to go do now is go machine this, which we'll show in other videos. When it's all said and done, I'll show the finished product. But check these out, visionarmory.com. Great website, great people to deal with.
Okay, so after a little bit of time of using this kit, there were a couple things I noticed. One thing I wasn't a big fan of was the fact the side plates didn't integrate with the takedown pins in any way. This made maintaining alignment sometimes difficult or a little tedious as you were manipulating parts around. The pros to doing it this way, however, are the fact you don't have to worry about pulling out pins prior to machining or gouging an end mill bit through them. All said and done, I was impressed. I managed to get the whole thing machined out, no marring, everything functioned flawlessly, tolerances were very impressive. So a lot of people are wondering why go to all this trouble. For me, it's the ability to personalize what you're making. In the instance of this receiver, I went ahead and had a custom emblem engraved, which I can show you how to do in another process. Some people, they just want to see if they can do it. Whatever the reason you're manufacturing your own lower, just make sure you're legally allowed to own one. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to post them below. Again, check out Vision Armory. I think you'll really like a lot of their products.